Hi all, welcome to Learn Code Repeat. So today we'll be looking at day 3 of the September LeetCode challenge. So the problem is repeated substring pattern. Let's look into the problem. So the problem is repeated substring pattern. Given a non-empty string, check if it can be constructed by taking a substring of it and appending multiple copies of the substring together. So they have said that it's only going to be lowercase character and it should not exceed 10,000. So the example that they've given, right, this is the whole string and you want to find out whether there exists a substring which can form the whole string if it's repeated multiple times. So here in this case I have AB, I can repeat AB twice, so once here and once after that it will form the whole string. So this output should be true. Then I have ABA, here I can't repeat any of the substring multiple times to form the whole string. Here it's ABA, I cannot repeat any of the string multiple times to form the whole string, so the output is false. And in this case, if I check the first three characters ABC, it can be repeated 3 more times to form the whole string, right? So the output is true. So let's see what logic we can use to solve this problem. So let's take a string ABCD. Now if I want to check that if there exists a substring which if repeated forms this whole string, right, is one way is that for any string, right, if there is repeating characters, right, which forms the substring, the whole string, right. So if I divide by 2, right, that means the length is 8 divided by 2 is 4. That means the minimum repeating character can be 4, right. So here in this case the minimum repeating character can be ABCD, which is 4, and if I double that 4 it becomes 8. That will be the minimum at least, right. And if the string is something like ABC, 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 so here ABC is the character which is getting repeated, right. So in this case if we divide the length by 2, that is the minimum number of repetition that we can have if my string is having repeated substrings, right. To solve this problem is I will take the first character and repeat that till the length of the string. So here I will take A and repeat that 8 times. So A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I will check whether this string is same as my string S. In this case it will not be same, so I will go for the next iteration. So my next iteration is, earlier I just took A, now I will take A and B, that will be my substring which I will consider it that can be repeating. So now I have to repeat AB so that it forms the length 8, right. So before even appending AB I can simply do a check that if I repeat it will form 8 characters, right. How can I do that? I can just divide my length of the actual string with the length of the substring and see whether the division is possible, whether the mod is 0. So in this case the length is 2 and 8 is divisible by 2, so mod will be 0, so it is divisible, and I will just and also it will tell you what is the number of repeats that you have to do. So if I divide 8 by 2 I will get 4, so that means AB needs to be repeated 4 times. So we have repeated 3 times and this is 4 times, and that will form the 8 character. So now again I will check whether AB is same as my source string. No. So I will again in my next iteration I will append the next string ABC and try to repeat ABC, but again before repeating I will check the length, whether the length is 3, whether 8 is divisible by 3, whether the modulo is equal to 0. In this case it's not 0. So I know that even if I repeat ABC multiple times it's not going to form exact 8 length. So that means that cannot be a valid repeating substring for this source string. Okay. So I will then go for the next, which is D, and I will check whether ABCD is repeating. So again I will check the length of this substring is 4, so whether 4 divides 8, yes. So 4 2s are 8, so that means I have to repeat ABCD twice. So I will repeat twice and check whether ABCD is same as ABCD. If it is, then I have to return true. Now this operation you don't have to do till the length of the string, because we know that, as I said earlier, that for a given string the minimum number of repeats that it can have is 2, right, which is the length by 2. So we have to only go till length by 2. So our for loop, the iteration that we are doing should only be happen length by 2. Okay, so let's look into the code. So first thing we did was we have to check if my length mod I equal to 0. So this was the first check, right, that we were doing to check whether the length itself is divisible by our substring's length, right? So I is our substring's length. Oh, here I didn't give I equal to, okay, and I equal to length by 2. So inside this I'll now have to see what is the number of characters that I have to repeat, right? So int repeating characters equal to, it will be length by I, correct? So this many times I have to repeat my characters. So I'll use string builder to do the appending operation. And here I am doing a substring of s from 0 to I. And now I will try to repeat that character. Once my strb is ready, I will just do a toString on it and do equals s. If that is the case, then I will return true. So what will happen is if my strb is same as s, then it will return true, else it will go for the next iteration. So the way we are doing here, right, it checks with AA first, and then it will go with ABC, right? So similar to that, here also we are doing a for loop, and then we are appending each and every string to my substring. Okay, so if we are done with this for loop and still we have not received anything, that means the substring is not there, so I will return false. So let's try this and see whether it works. Okay, it is accepted. There is one more way. I have already done that in Python, so I'll just go over that code. So this is just 2 lines of code. So if s is not present, then return false. So one of the characteristic of a repeating substring is that if I append the same string twice, right? So what I'm saying is ABC is my main string. If I append it again to itself, right? So the resulting string is ABC. This is my source string. Again I am doing appending. This is my resulting string, right? Now if I remove the first and the last character from it, right? This is what it will be remaining, right, if I remove the first and last. Now if I search my source string in this, there should be a string that is present in this. So here in this case there are 2 substring that can be repeated to form this main string, right? If I am again appending the same thing again here, right, in this main substring, so here it was 2 substring, here also it will be 2 substring. So in total there will be 4 substring which can be repeated, right? So 4 substring will be there, right? But if I remove the first and last character, right, so the property of that substring will go away, and there will be only remaining out of 4, since I am removing 1 character from the first and 1 character from the end, right? So the first ABC character, right, I am removing A, so this particular ABC substring will lose its property of repetition. Similarly, the last ABC substring will lose its property of repetition, right? So the remaining 2 will be these 2, right? So from the 4 there will be 2 gone, right, and 2 will be remaining. So if I search now my source string into this string, I will be able to find that in this string. So let's take one more example, right? Let's say if my example is ABCD and ABCD. So here also if I append ABCD twice, this will be the string, and if I remove this will be the final string, right? And now if I search this ABCD, whether it exists in this string, right? You can see the square, right, or the rectangle. So it will be present in the middle. So this way we can know that there is a repeating characters in this source string which forms the source string. Now assuming that if there are no repeating characters, right, assume that instead of A it was, let's say, C, right? So if I now append twice here, right, and then remove the first and last character, in this case if I search this, right, I am not able to find it here because it's not a proper repeating substring which forms the main string. So that is one of the characteristics of repeating substring, and we can explore that in this answer, right? So here we are doing the same thing. We are appending S and S again, and then I'm removing the first and last character, and then I'm just trying to search my main source string in my SS. If I'm able to find it, then I'll return true. So here find returns -1 if it's not able to find it. So this is another way of doing the same thing. I hope you liked my video. Please subscribe.